Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Verowak, and today I'm watching 12 Angry Men. This is the winner, well, I guess it was tied for the winner of my numbers Patreon poll. So, yeah, there's gonna be two movies from this poll. What I know about this, well, there's 12 men, they're angry. It came out in 1957, and it's in black and white. What are they pissed off about? I don't know. I don't know much about 1957, so I can't really say. The weather? Let's go with the weather. I'm curious though, let me know in the comments what other black and white movies you would suggest. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen a few, very few, like I could count them on one hand probably. And they're, I don't know, it's a different style, and I'm really curious about how movies were back then. I don't know many of them. I still need to watch Wizard of Oz. That I know for sure. All right, we're ready. 12 Angry Men. Let's go. Administration of Justice. Oh, a courthouse? It looks like a stereotypical courthouse. I'm probably not going to recognize anyone, by the way.
A premeditated murder is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts. It's now your duty to sit down and try and separate the facts from the fancy.
Ah.
If there's a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused, then you must bring me a verdict of not guilty. Your verdict must be unanimous.
Yeah, that would be being responsible for if someone dies.
The jury will now retire.
Oh, it's them, the 12 Angry Men. Oh, they're going to be angry. The kid is the one on trial? Oh, this is going to be neat. Oh, they're going to be pissed off. Oh, great. Better come to a decision quickly. Well, that looks freaking blisteringly hot.
This is going to be the hottest day of the year.
Oh, perfect.
Now, if there's anything you want, I'll be right outside the door.
I've never been on a jury. I hope to never be on a jury. Are they locked in?
Oh, I thought we might want to vote by ballot.
Maybe we can get him elected senator.
That guy looks angry already.
I've never been on a jury before.
I sat on many juries.
Oh, on his first rodeo.
Talk and talk, even when it's an open and shut case like this. If you ask me, I'd slap those tough kids down before they start any trouble.
Okay, well, we have his character already down pat. We got an idea.
What did you think of the case? No real dead spots, you know what I mean?
I tell you, we were lucky to get a murder case.
Lucky?
Boy, they can be the dullest.
Oh, boy.
And what about that business with the knife? I mean, asking grown-up people to believe that kind of jazz. Oh, come on, Mr. Foreman. Let's go here, huh?
Places to be, people to see. Let's go, eh?
I run a messenger service, the Beck and Call Company.
The Beck and Call Company?
Okay, man, let's take our seats, huh?
I can see how this could be a really good play.
Yeah, we can all get out of here pretty quick, huh? I happen to have tickets to that ball game tonight. You know. Boom!
Kid kills his father. I'm telling you, they let those kids run wild up there.
You a Yankee fan? No.
Uh-oh.
Baltimore.
Animosity already.
Like being hit in the head with a crowbar once a day.
Say, we'd like to get started.
Oh, forgive me, gentlemen. I didn't mean to keep you waiting.
Oh, look at a good guy getting him a chair.
We can vote on it right now, then.
I think it's customary to take a preliminary vote.
Let's vote. Who knows? Maybe we can all get out of here, huh?
Okay.
If we vote the accused guilty, we've got to send him to the chair.
Let's see who's where.
This has to be 12 to
It'll be a
nothing.
short movie if they all
either way.
agree.
All those voting guilty, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11.
Not unanimous.
Those voting not guilty, 11 guilty, 1 not guilty.
But they're not gonna like him.
Boy, oh boy, there's always one.
So, what are we doing now?
Talk about it?
I guess we talk.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
You really think he's innocent? I don't know.
He has a doubt.
The kid's a dangerous killer, you could see it.
Do you believe his story?
I don't know whether I believe it or not.
So how come you vote not guilty?
It's not easy to raise my hand and send a boy off to die without talking about it first.
I like this guy.
I honestly think the guy's guilty. Couldn't change my mind if you talked for 100 years.
I'm not trying to change your mind. We're talking about somebody's life here. We can't decide it in 5 minutes. Let's take an hour. Ball game doesn't start till 8 o'clock.
He's got you there, buddy.
I'm willing to sit for an hour.
I heard a pretty good story last night. That's not why we're sitting
No,
here.
talk about the case, dude.
I just think we owe him a few words, that's all.
We don't owe him a thing. You're not going to tell me that we're supposed to believe this kid knowing what he is?
Knowing what he is.
You can't believe a word they say. You
Who's
know
they?
that.
Only an ignorant man can believe that. I think certain things should be pointed out to this man.
Yeah.
It's a product I work on at the agency. The breakfast with a built-in bounce.
Say, do you mind?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, pay attention.
Well, look, maybe this is an idea. A group of us to convince this gentleman that he's wrong and we're right.
I just think he's guilty. I mean, nobody proved otherwise.
Nobody has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof's on the prosecution.
I mean, somebody saw him do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but eyewitnesses are not that reliable either sometimes, you know?
You heard the kid yell out, "I'm gonna kill you." Second later, you heard a body hit the floor. These
Okay.
are facts. Kid is guilty.
And she swore she saw him do it.
You don't believe the boy's story. How come you believe the woman's? She's one of them, too, isn't she?
You're a pretty smart fella, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
What's he so wise about?
Oh, you push the right buttons, huh? Oh, the prejudice.
Yeah, can I pass it?
That's your privilege.
Oh, well, I don't know.
He's just guilty.
can talk here forever. It's still the same thing. When he was 10, he was in children's court. He was picked up twice for knife fighting.
Oh,
Yeah, they say he's real handy with a knife.
not looking good for the kid.
It's these kids, the way they are nowadays.
Weird. Every generation says that.
When I was a kid, I used to call my father sir. You ever hear a kid call his father that anymore?
But wouldn't it be the parents' job to teach them to call them sir? Blame the parents, I guess. Not kids these days.
When he was 9 years old, he ran away from a fight. I said, "I'm going to make a man out of you if I have to break you in two trying."
Such a different time.
When he was 16, we had a fight. Hit me in the jaw. He's a big kid. Haven't seen him for 2 years.
Oh, I wonder why.
He was born in a slum. Slums are breeding grounds for criminals.
The kids who crawl out of these places are real trash.
I've lived in a slum all my life.
Come on now, there's nothing personal
Oh,
about
now, there
this.
was something
But-
personal. Come on, fella, he didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive.
But if you see everyone, then it's him.
Well, I didn't expect a turn. I thought you were all going to try to convince me.
We decided to, do this a certain way. I think we ought to stick to that way.
Yeah.
Stop being a kid, will ya?
You take on the responsibility.
What are you getting so hot about? Calm down, will
Oh,
ya?
don't tell me to calm down. Hey, you want to take the chair?
This seems like a nightmare.
I sat there in court for 6 days listening while the evidence built up.
6 days. Jesus, Murphy.
The defense counsel wasn't conducting a thorough enough cross-examination. It's also possible for a lawyer to be just plain stupid, isn't it?
Yes.
You sound like you met my brother-in-law once.
Yeah, I kept putting myself in the kid's place. I'd have asked for another lawyer, I think.
I like this guy.
But actually, those two witnesses were the entire case for the prosecution. Could they be wrong?
Yes.
Those people sat on the stand under oath.
They're only people. People make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
Well, no, I don't think so.
What?
What about the switch knife?
Wait a minute. There's some people who haven't talked to...
Be quiet a second, will you?
The boy admitted going out of the house at 8 o'clock after being slapped several times by his father.
No, he didn't say slapped. He said punched.
Oh. They are unreliable, huh?
This wasn't what you'd call an ordinary knife. The storekeeper said it was the only one of its kind. Am I right so far?
Yes, you are.
You bet he is.
You bet he is.
Now, what happened to the switch knife? He claims that it fell through a hole in his pocket. What actually happened is this. The boy stayed home, stabbed him to death.
I feel like there's not only one knife like that.
Take a look at this knife. It's a very unusual knife.
But it's not unique, right?
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
What?
Same
You're
night.
going to your doom.
Proving a point.
I bought that in a little pawn shop just 2 blocks from the boy's house.
Listen, you pulled a real bright trick. Now, supposing you tell me what it proves.
It's possible. Oh my God.
You mean you're asking us to believe that somebody else did the stabbing with exactly the same kind of knife?
It's possible.
Okay, fellas, let's take our seats. There's no point standing around all over the place.
What about this knife? Identical knife.
What do you think you're going to accomplish? You're not going to change anybody's mind. I don't see what all this stuff about a knife has got to do with anything. Somebody saw the kid stab his father. What more do we need?
I don't trust people.
I have a proposition to make to all of you. I'm going to call for another vote. Vote by secret written ballot.
Yes.
There are 11 votes for guilty. Taking a guilty verdict to the judge right now. But if anyone votes not guilty, we stay here and talk it out.
Yes. Anonymous ballots are best, because then you don't have peer pressure and people don't know.
All right, let's do it the hard way.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Everyone agreed?
Yes. They're all like, oh yeah, we're all going to vote yes still. The big gamble he's taken. A really, really big gamble.
Guilty? Guilty?
Not guilty?
Not guilty.
Oh yeah.
Who was it? Come on, I want to know.
Excuse me, this was a secret ballot.
Yeah, secret ballot.
You sit here, vote guilty like the rest of us, and some underprivileged kid just couldn't help becoming a murderer, and you
Oh my
change
God,
your...
I don't like this guy.
Listen, you can't talk to me like that.
It doesn't matter. He's very excitable.
Excitable? You bet I'm excitable. What made you change your vote?
He didn't change his vote. I did.
Old guy.
Would you like me to tell you why?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Do we have to listen to this?
The man wants to talk.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Now, he doesn't say the boy is not guilty. He just isn't sure. Well, it's not easy to stand alone against the ridicule of others.
Especially with some hot-headed people there.
I'm talking here. You have no right to leave this
Can't
room.
hear you. He never will. Let's sit down.
Oh, thank you, old guy. I don't think they have names yet, do we? No.
I think we ought to take a break. You know, one man's inside, and I think we ought to wait for him.
That's a tough room to be in.
A little excited back there.
You're very excitable.
Glad you're not one of those lets these emotional appeals influence him.
And that dude doesn't let anything emotional affect him?
I don't know what's the matter with that fan. Can't seem to get it started. Hey, you a salesman?
I'm an architect.
Engineers are better.
Hey, what are you getting out of this? Kicks?
What?
Or did somebody bump you on the head one time and you haven't gotten over it? But what are you wasting our time for?
Oh my gosh, dude. Like,
We're gonna all get sore throats if we keep it up, you know?
What difference does it make if you get it here or at the ball game?
No difference, pal. No difference at all.
oh, jeez, there's a couple of people on that jury that I just really don't like. Kinds of people I don't ever want to be around.
Nice bunch of guys, huh? Oy, what a murderous day.
I mean,
Oh, he's guilty for sure.
oh yeah?
Not a doubt in the whole world.
He's got doubts though, so that's the important thing.
You think he's not guilty, huh?
I don't know.
That's-
It's possible.
Yeah. It's possible. I love how he keeps repeating that.
Supposing you talk us all out of this and kid really did knife his father, huh?
Trying to turn the tables. It's interesting how some of them are like so set in stone and then some are being swayed. I love the swaying arguments.
The old man who lived downstairs.
Don't forget the lady across the street saw the boy stab his father. Now, I mean, isn't that enough for you?
No, it isn't.
Boy, how do you like this guy, huh?
Boy, how do I like that guy?
Has anybody here any idea how long it would take an elf?
Come on, kids, pay attention. Children.
The nerve.
All right, listen,
The
Nate.
absolute nerve.
All right.
It takes a 6-car L train 10 seconds to pass a given point. Has anyone here ever lived near the L tracks?
It rumbles and it's super loud.
The noise is almost unbearable.
Right, you can't hear yourself think. Well, you get to the point.
Let's take 2 pieces of testimony and try to put them together.
Oh.
Since the woman saw the killing through the last 2 cars, the train had been roaring by the
Well, he
old
didn't
man's
hear
window.
anything.
I'm going to kill you, body hitting the floor a split second later.
Not possible.
You're You're talking about a matter of seconds. Nobody can be that accurate.
Well, I think testimony
You
that could put a
have to,
boy in an
though.
electric chair should be that accurate.
I like this. Finding clues, figuring things out.
Why should he lie? What's he got to gain?
Attention, maybe.
You keep coming in with these bright sayings.
What are you talking to him like that for?
Yeah. Respect. Didn't you used to call your man sir?
You ought to have more respect, mister. You say stuff like that to him again, I'm gonna lay you out.
Good. Don't be a hypocrite, buddy.
Yeah, it was just that I looked at him for a very long time. Seemed if his jacket was split under the shoulder. And he walked very slowly. He was dragging his left leg and trying to hide it. Nobody knows him. Nobody quotes him.
Well, he wants attention.
That's a very sad thing to mean nothing. A man like this needs to be quoted.
I like these arguments that they're coming up with.
That's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How can you make up a thing like that? What do you know about it?
Oh, tempers are running hot.
Does anybody want a cough drop?
No. I'll take
Seems like just as like an innocent guy.
I could kill you for that, darling. That doesn't mean we're really going to kill him.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to give us here?
We don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good English.
Yeah. You bastard.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Oh, nice.
You what?
You heard me.
1 by 1?
Vote is 9-3 favor of guilty.
How are you going to convince the hard-headed jerkwads?
Oh, look, when you look at the time.
Oh, you going to miss the game?
Some notes here, and
Oh, good.
I would like, please, to say something.
Yes.
Why would he come back home 3 hours later?
Yeah. It's a very good question.
He had to get it before the police did. We can assume the boy ran out in a state of panic.
He would have had to be calm enough to see to it that there were no fingerprints left on the knife. The boy certainly must have heard the scream.
He may not have connected it with his own act.
There's your answer.
Maybe.
Right.
Did or didn't the old man see the kid running out of the house at 12:10?
He says he did.
Says he did. Boy, how do you like that?
I like that a lot, buddy.
You're forgetting the important stuff. I mean, all of a sudden,
wanna call for
everybody
another
here.
vote.
I'm talking here.
Doesn't matter.
Now let's take our seats.
Ugh. Never been so angry before.
All those voting not guilty, please raise your hands. Still the same.
No, that dude. Okay, never mind. I thought he'd.
Pardon? I vote not guilty.
Good. One more.
I want you to get up and tell me why you changed your vote.
There is a reasonable doubt in my mind.
What reasonable doubt? The kid was seen ramming this into his father.
But it's not that life.
That's not the knife, don't you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Are we supposed to believe that he didn't get up and run to his door and see the kid tearing down the steps 15 seconds after the
He's
kid?
like an old man who can like barely move.
Did the old man say he ran to the door?
Ran, walked, what's the difference?
That's important.
Where was the bedroom?
It was down the hall
I
somewhere.
thought you remembered everything. Don't you remember that?
Mr. Foreman, I'd like to see a diagram of the apartment.
I'd like to stop wasting time.
Oh my god, then just vote not guilty.
An old man who drags one foot when he walks can get from his bedroom to his front door in 15 seconds.
They're 20 seconds. He was an old man. Half the time he was confused. How could he be positive about anything?
Exactly. There we go. He's so excitable. Freaking put your foot in your mouth.
He would have had to walk 12 feet, walk 43 feet down, and open the front door, all in 15 seconds. Pass me that chair, will you?
Oh my god, they're like drenched in sweat. I feel like this is more than 15 seconds.
Lock, door, stop.
41 seconds.
Huh.
The old man heard the fight between the boy and his father a few hours earlier, heard somebody racing down the stairs, and assumed it was the boy.
I think that's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
You all know he's guilty.
What's the
He's
matter
got
with
to
you?
burn. You're letting him slip through our fingers.
Are you his executioner?
I'm one of them.
Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch.
For this kid, you bet I would.
What does he have against? Oh my gosh.
You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You're a sadist.
Oh.
I'll kill him.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
He keeps putting his foot in his mouth. I love it. Hey there, buddy.
What are you looking at?
Nothing much. Okay, let's have a little chat again, shall we? Do you really think the kid meant he'll kill him?
I beg pardon.
I beg pardon. What are you so polite about?
For the same reason you're not. It's the way I was brought up.
Oh.
I was wondering if maybe we should take another vote.
Yes.
One. Oh, that's me. I could vote guilty.
Not guilty.
Nice. One.
Guilty.
Yeah, who cares?
Guilty.
Damn it. He's not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah. Not guilty as well, probably.
Not guilty.
Other dude's guilty, obviously.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
And then the old dude. And then the...
Not guilty.
Oh, mean dude.
Guilty.
And then...
Number 11. Not guilty.
They've got sex.
Number 12.
Oh, wait.
Guilty.
Okay. It's a tie.
The vote is now 6-6.
And we go into extra innings here, huh?
Just say not guilty then and be over with it,
I'm telling you, some of you people in here must be out of your minds.
Yeah, you are.
A kid like that.
I don't think the kind of boy he is has anything to do with it.
There we go.
I'm sick and tired of facts. You can twist them any way you like. You know what I mean?
I mean, you keep shouting at the top of your lungs.
Oh, what a freaking douche nozzle.
It's gonna rain.
Well, how'd you figure that out, killer?
Why do you keep calling him killer?
How come you changed your vote?
Well, it just seemed to me there was room for doubt.
You're like everybody else. You think too much, you get mixed up.
Maybe you should try thinking for once.
Loudmouth.
Ooh. I feel like I'm overhating just watching them.
Well, what is it with this fan here? How come?
Once you vote not guilty, it'll work again. Oh, it works.
Hey, huh?
Oh, it needed the power?
Must have been on the same switch with the lights.
Or the light, rather, yeah.
Business before when that tall guy, what's his name, was trying to bait me.
He did an excellent job.
Yeah, he did.
I'm ready to walk in the court right now and declare a hung jury.
I don't even care what you think.
I'd like to go over something.
Yes. Good. Yes, please.
The boy was questioned by the detectives in the kitchen of his apartment while the body of his father was lying on the floor in the bedroom.
Oh.
You think you could remember details under those circumstances?
I do.
Where were you last night? How about the night before that?
Come on, what is this?
Hey, just let him talk.
Monday night, my wife and I went to the movie.
What was the second feature?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Chop chop, let's go, let's go.
The remarkable Mrs. Bainbridge.
I saw that. It's called The Amazing Mrs. Bainbridge.
Oh, what's wrong? Can't recall the facts properly?
And you weren't under an emotional stress, were you?
Oh, look, he's sweating.
I wasn't.
You can talk till your tongue is dragging on the floor. The boy is guilty, period. Know what I mean, my friend?
Not your friend, pal.
Got those cough drops.
They're all gone, my friend.
I love this guy.
Say, could I see that knife a second, please?
Yes. By all means, you can.
It's a very awkward thing to stab down into the chest of someone who's more than half a foot taller than you are.
Give me that.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, no, don't give him the
I'll give you
knife.
a demonstration. Somebody get up.
I'll kill him. Oh, my God.
What's it all?
Yeah, buddy.
Nobody's hurt, right?
Right, nobody hurt.
Now, this is the way I'd stab a man who was taller than I was.
Really?
Down and in. And this is the way it was done.
Did you ever see a knife fight?
No.
Oh, he probably has.
Oh, I have. Switchblades came with the neighborhood where I lived. He never used it like this.
Yeah.
Here's how.
Freaking shank him.
You think he could have made the kind of wound that killed his father?
No,
Were you in the room when the father was killed?
no.
Were you?
What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
That's what we need.
It's getting us nowhere.
Yeah.
I changed my vote to not guilty.
There we go.
You what? You heard me. I had enough.
What do you mean you've had enough? That's no answer.
That's not an answer. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Why?
I don't think he's guilty.
Right.
Want another vote?
Okay, all those voting not guilty, raise your hands. 6.
7.
8.
9. All those voting guilty? Well, the vote's 9-3 in favor of acquittal.
I think Glasses is next to Cave.
I don't understand you people. You saw this kid just like I did. Look, you know how these people lie?
These people! Oh my god, stop.
They don't need any real big reason to kill someone either. No, sir. They get drunk. Oh, they're real big drinkers all
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? Violent.
What a bastard.
Human life don't mean as much.
Frickin' don't give up. Yeah. Nice. There we go.
What's going on here?
What's wrong? No one listening to you?
This kid is a liar. I know
Oh,
it. I know all about them.
the other dude is up. I didn't notice.
What's happening in here? I'm speaking my piece, and
Yeah, do what you want.
these people are dangerous.
Come on, Glasses.
I have. Now sit down and don't open your mouth again.
Good. Ah. This is a breath of fresh air. There we go. What, like, oh my gosh, that would be so frustrating. I do not ever want to be on a jury like this.
Wherever you run into it, prejudice always obscures the truth.
It does. It really does.
I don't really know what the truth is. 9 of us now seem to feel that the defendant is innocent. We may be wrong.
It's not necessarily he's innocent. It's just there's a possibility that he didn't do it.
But we have a reasonable doubt.
Yes, exactly.
But I still believe the boy is guilty of murder, and I have 2 reasons.
Good.
The evidence given by the woman across the street.
As far as I'm concerned, that's the most important testimony.
As far as I can see it, this is unshakable testimony.
I mean, first of all, as a human, possibly made a mistake.
It's not so easy to arrange all the evidence in order.
You can throw out all the other evidence. The woman saw him do it.
All right, I'm changing my vote.
What? Oh, come on. This dude, like, changes back and forth so easily.
Maybe we can talk about setting some kind of time limit. It's 6:15.
Why you rub your nose like that?
Oh, come on, will you?
Oh my, just let him freaking talk. Jesus, Murphy, dude.
Your eyeglasses made those 2 deep impressions in the sides of your nose. I've never worn eyeglasses. 2020.
Subtle brag.
The woman had those same marks on the sides of her nose.
He's like paying attention to people and noticing details.
No glasses.
Wearing contacts.
What do you mean, no glasses?
Or do they have? I don't know when contacts were invented.
Now, she had those marks. I saw them.
Well, what point are you making
He
here?
needs everything spelled out for him.
Could those marks be made by anything other than eyeglasses?
No,
I didn't see any marks.
I did.
Oh, good.
Okay, she had marks on her nose.
What does that mean?
But when she saw this kid killing his father, she was in the house alone.
She was sleeping, trying to sleep, though.
Do you wear glasses when you go to bed?
No, I don't.
It's logical to assume that she wasn't wearing them when she was in bed, tossing and
She
turning.
couldn't see properly. Oh, my.
You can't send someone off to die on evidence like that.
There we go.
Don't you think the woman might have made a mistake?
No.
What?
It's not possible.
No, it's not possible.
Oh, my God. What a freaking hard-headed son of a gun.
You think he's guilty?
Huh?
I think he's guilty.
Damn it, you're wrong.
You?
Nuh-uh.
No. I'm convinced.
11 against 1 now.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with
I
you,
have a
buddy?
reasonable doubt now.
Well, what about all the other evidence?
Well, you said we could throw out all the other evidence.
I love this guy. Oh.
You're alone. I don't care whether I'm alone or not.
Yeah, you haven't seen your kid in 2 years. Oh, my God. I was staring at him.
Well, what do you want? I say he's guilty.
Why?
I want to hear your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
This proved her
We're not
cast
convinced.
doubt on all of them. Foot in the mouth.
Everything. He says he's guilty. What do you think? I'm an idiot or something? The old man saw him right there on the stairs. What's the difference how many seconds it was?
Just means that you can't trust him. Can't trust what he says.
Sure, you can take all the time, hobble around the room, but you can't prove it.
I mean, he doesn't have to.
This business with the glasses? How do you know she didn't have them on? This woman testified in open court.
What a monologue.
I'm telling you, I've got all the facts here. Say something!
I'm giving up on you.
You lousy bunch of bleeding hearts. Rotten kids, you work your life out!
Yeah, this isn't personal at all. Oh, he's gonna regret this at some point. Oh, right now.
Not guilty.
There we go. Case closed.
Not guilty.
Done. It took that one guy to start, and then like one by one, everyone's like, you know what? Possible he didn't do it. I mean, he was the most excitable one, and he kept saying, you know, not emotions, you can't bring emotions into this, but he's obviously the one that has all the emotions into this, invested.
What's your name? Davis.
Oh.
My name's McCardle.
There we go, we get the names at the end.
Well, so long. So long.
Peace. Davis and McCardle, that's all we've got. Well, this was a joy to watch. It was frustrating. Oh my gosh, is it frustrating enough? Like, oh boy. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it's just like, I would never want to be on a jury like that. Just dealing with other people would be so frustrating. But bringing in your prejudices or your any kind of bias or personal feelings into the matter is obviously not a good idea, but it's so hard to separate yourself from them. I completely get it. Especially I like the part where they're like, oh, you know, that kind of kid who grew up in the slums and you know the kind, and then the one dude on the jury is like, I grew up there. So you're saying that's me? It's like, well, no, that's not what I mean. And it's like, but that's exactly what you said. You're basically saying everyone who grows up there is the same, can't be trusting, can't listen to, you can't trust what they say. And the dude's like, well, this is me. Okay, I really like the dude who was there like for his first time, his first jury, and he kept saying just the good things like, no, I'm all out of cough drops, my friend. And then when the excitable dude is like, what about all the other evidence? He's like, yeah, but you said to throw it all out. Oh. I love it when someone just like spews whatever and then they like contradict themselves a lot, and it's whatever their narrative that they want that they're going to stick to and believe at the time. So it's nice when someone else can be like, yeah, but you said this, so clearly there's something wrong here. What you're saying doesn't line up. But I've met a lot of people in my life where they will just not listen to anything anyone else says and just try to browbeat you and just be like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, doesn't matter. The facts don't actually matter. They'll just stick to what they want, believe what they want, and then that's that, and be like unable to discuss anything with. But I love seeing movies where the settings are very minimal. Obviously this, you've got the courtroom and then you've got that room. That's it. That's all you've got. It just shows that you can make a movie without a million locations. Compelling movie with that. And that just, it makes me happy because it's really focusing on the story and the words, the dialogues, the actions of all the characters. Right. All I could say is I don't want to be on a jury. I do think that it's not easy, especially doing what Davis did, because we got his name, being the first person, like the one person to say not guilty when everyone else says guilty, because it's definitely difficult. There's peer pressure. There's just what everyone's gonna think or say about you, or like how they're gonna react to it. It's not easy, but it takes one person to make all the changes. Like, for example, in this case, the kid would have been killed, death penalty for sure. But this one guy decided he's not 100% sure. There's some doubt, and he thinks it's, he owes it to the kid to at least talk it out, spend an hour talking about it, and that's where everything started. So thanks to that one guy starting it, well, the kid gets to be free, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's how it works. One thing I will say is seeing an actor in a role like the excitable guy or the dude with a lot of prejudice, it instantly makes me not want to see their other movies, but at the same time, I want to see them in other roles. Like, I don't know if this is the type of character they always play, right? It's possible they have a huge acting range, but I don't know. I've only seen them in this, and I'm just like, this is so frustrating. Like, when I first saw Tom Cruise, I really, really don't like his character in Rain Man. I wouldn't want to be around this person. I just would not like it. And I was like, I don't know if this is him acting naturally because that's who he is, or if he's just really good at getting into the role. So seeing him in other roles, like in Mission Impossible, was really nice because, yeah, he's different. He's not like how he is in Rain Man, thankfully. But there's something that I really enjoy seeing actors in just a wide variety of roles. Absolutely. Like Vincent D'Onofrio, I want to see him as a good guy. Because I've seen him as Edward the Bug in Men in Black, and I've seen him in Jurassic World where he plays the military dude. Ugh. I don't think I've seen him in a good, like a non-evil villainous role. Anyways, there's characters like, or there's actors like that I want to see in specific roles to see how they do. Like, for me, I want to play villain roles. I've never really gotten to play one. I usually play, like, the nicer roles and the wholesome roles, but I want to be a villain. So at some point, I'm going to have to make myself a short film or a feature film, something where I'm a villain or get cast in it, whichever one works. Love to be a villain. All right, it is time for IMDb trivia for 12 Angry Men. So I don't know how many there's going to be because this is a 1957 movie, but I assume there's going to be some, that's for sure. All right, so director Sidney Lumet, whatever, had the actors all stay in the same room for several hours on end and do their lines over and over without filming them. This was to give them a real taste of what it would be like to be cooped up in a room with the same people. Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, that's a perfect way of rehearsing. How awesome is that? You're like, hey, we're going to spend several hours in here rehearsing lines. Ideally it wouldn't be so hot in there as they depicted it, but I mean, it was probably warm and uncomfortable. Hot and uncomfortable, let's put it that way. Oh boy. I think that's an interesting way. I love it when filmmakers do this kind of thing to either get everyone in the mindset that their characters are going to be, or just get like cast bonding exercises so it looks more friendly and more natural on screen. I think that's really neat. So this film is commonly used in business schools and workshops to illustrate team dynamics and conflict resolution techniques. I hate conflict resolution techniques. I know it's needed. I hate conflict. But I think, I mean, that makes sense. It's a really good example of just seeing team dynamics and conflict resolution. Oh, this is a very educational movie and I don't like it. Gosh. I just don't like conflict. It's just, especially when people start yelling and I'm just like, can we just like speak normally, please? Okay, so in June 2008, this film was ranked number 2 on the American Film Institute's list of the 10 greatest films in the genre courtroom drama. Okay, let's just look it up to see what the top 10 are because I'm curious. I don't know much about courtroom drama movies. 1, To Kill a Mockingbird. 2, 12 Angry Men, as we know. 3, Kramer versus Kramer. I've heard the name, but that's it. 4, The Verdict. 5, A Few Good Men. I think this is the You Want the Truth, You Can't Handle the Truth, which I need to watch at some point. 6, Witness for the Prosecution. 7, Anatomy of a Murder. Okay, I haven't heard most of these. 8, In Cold Blood. 9, A Cry in the Dark. And 10, Judgment at Nuremberg. Okay, well, most of these movies are older, so it's very, very interesting. And A Few Good Men is the most recent one. That is it for IMDb trivia. Thank you, Patreon, for voting for this one. It's a tie between 12 Angry Men and Sixth Sense, so Sixth Sense will come out shortly. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you liked it. It's very frustrating. There's movies that really get me exasperated with certain characters. This is one of them. This is definitely one of them. But at the same time, You know, I see this and I'm like, I don't have to go outside and be around people now because I've had my dose of people. I'm good. If you want to see a full-length reaction of this and everything else I do on the channel, you can join Patreon. The link is in the description. Aside from that, I will see you all in the next video.